Is that game pretty much what you expected with the ebbs and flows and all that?
For sure. Well, we knew it was going to be a hard game. I'm happy we got out to a good start, and but we knew. I knew they were going to respond in the second half. But you're always thinking that as a coach. I was just hoping we could come out and hit first in the second half, and maybe extend our lead a little bit, and then just really test them. But it didn't happen that way, and I thought our guys did an incredible job of kind of managing a little bit of chaos in that second half.
How important was it to see Kyle come out and play? Boswell to come out here and play the way he did.
It was awesome. It was awesome. I mean, Kylan is a really good player. And, I know he's been on the microscope a little bit, and that's what happens when you are the point guard at Arizona. But I thought he played exceptional today, and to have 17 points in this atmosphere for an 18-year-old is pretty awesome.
Is that maybe a little bit of that tough love you were talking about the other day?
I mean, it could be, for sure. I mean, Kylan and I, we have great conversations, and it's definitely love. I don't know if it's always tough, but yeah, to see him come out and respond like that, I mean, I think that's a great sign for our team.
Caleb had a quiet night, but he's had a big night, hitting some key threes.
I mean, Caleb's clutch. He's clutch, and he's not afraid of that moment. And I thought he did a good job. Maybe he pressed a little bit there when they made a little bit of a run, and maybe mishandled the ball or two, and then he kind of settled in, and opportunistically he had a couple big shots. I mean, when you're up, I don't know if we're up like 9 or 10 points, and they're pressing, you throw the ball up the sideline, and he's wide open from three. As a coach, you're like, this is good, but if he misses it, it's kind of what they want, because it's going to be a quick shot, and for him to knock that down, that wide open three right in front of our bench was awesome.
When you were on Van Pelt last night, you mentioned the importance of getting in some close games. Maybe the final score wasn't that way, but the number of times that they got within 2 scores, and you were able to just kind of extend.
Yeah, I mean, it felt like a close game for sure, and we need to be comfortable doing that, and you got to be able to find a way. And sometimes maybe it's a play call from me that works, and a lot of times that doesn't work. It's players finding solutions, and our guys did a good job of finding some solutions in a tough second half.
What was said with the technical?
I mean, I didn't swear at anything. I thought the guy, on one of those, either they grabbed the rim with his left hand, and I think he did. I mean, I haven't seen the replay, but yeah, that comes with the deal. I mean, Mike Reed is one of the best officials in the game, and a guy I have a ton of respect for, and he has the right if he wants to tee me up, and that's his right.
There were a couple instances where there was a turnover and there was transition, and your guys got back, and either it was a foul or getting a steal or something like that. Did you see a better effort in that respect?
Yeah, I mean, we always talk about transition defense, and I mean, you don't want to turn the ball over, but that happens, and when that happens, you have to have a response. So to get back, I think we had a big one where we went down there and made a strip, and I kind of came down in offense. I don't know if we scored or not, but I mean, it was a big turn of events for sure.
That was Jaden Bradley's bucket. He stripped it in and scored on the other end. Just talk about his game.
Yeah, I mean, JB was great today. Him and Kylan, the combination of those two was exceptional, and they both kind of had foul trouble, so we're kind of yin and yanging them a little bit at the game, and JB ended up out there in that finishing lineup, and that's something I'm totally comfortable with. I mean, JB's a winner, and he makes big plays, and I always know he's going to, and he's not scared of the moment.
With the level of, go ahead.
How's he kind of developed as a passer over the last couple games? I mean, he seems to be seeing the floor a little bit.
Yeah,
better.
he's getting there. He's getting there for sure. Like he, playing in our systems maybe a little bit different. It just takes time. And for all of our guys, I still think, passing to me is a premium skill and something we work on and talk about a lot. But I also understand it takes some time to develop, and I've got to continue to coach it and pay attention to the detail and help him out.
With the level of shooter Kylan is, how have you seen him find that balance between picking his spots and remaining aggressive?
Well, yeah, I mean, I always want Kylan to be aggressive. I think Kylan's playing with two of the best playmaking wings in the country. And Caleb and Pella. So, when Kylan's out there, he doesn't necessarily need to dominate the ball. Kylan can get off the ball and then give it to one of those guys, and they can play in the actions. And then, Kylan's a great floor spacer, and when he's hunting, catch, and shoot shots, he's a really good player.
From when Caleb got on campus to now, where have you seen him improve the most?
He was good when he showed up. He really was. And what's been so cool is how coachable he's been. And you coach him. Not one time has he ever, given me any indication with body language or a reaction to think that he's not absorbing what I'm telling him. But you know what the great ones do? The great ones still have enough conviction to have confidence in themselves to kind of do it their way. So it's a little bit of a yin and yang between a coach and a player, and it's been a fun dance, and I'm really proud of him. And I mean, he's a really special player.
Tommy, you have 5 players in double figures tonight, 6 when you guys played ASU the first time. What does it say about this team's ability to share the ball and share the load, especially in this matchup?
Well, that's something we take pride in, and you know we want to be able to not be a team that you can load up and focus on one guy, and to have different guys be able to score, it's really special. And you know we talk about you know like I said, our basketball, our shots, you know, our effort is always far superior than my shot or your shot. And so, you know, collectively we're better together, and we need to, you know, down the stretch here and get ready for the postseason. I mean, that needs to be reemphasized over and over and over.
You've had senior days before, but this is going to be one involving guys that have kind of been with you the whole time that you brought in here. Is there just something extra special about that?
No, I mean, you know, I think the greatest thing I've ever heard is, you know, he wasn't here today because he was sick. The legend Bill Walton was supposed to be the color commentator, and he said something to me that really is like resonated with me. He and I were together at a social deal, and someone came up and introduced himself and said, "Bill, I want you to meet my stepdaughter." And Bill stopped him and said, "Excuse me, you mean your daughter?" And so whether I recruited guys or not, I coached them, and they're part of Arizona basketball. So I mean, I love those guys like they're my own, and would treat them no different than, you know, whether I recruited them or someone else recruited them.
What have these guys meant to your program and just the path that they've laid ahead of them for?
Well, they've been a lot, you know, but I mean, it's hard for me to get, you know, emotional or sentimental right now because we have so much work we're still trying to do, and I think our group understands that, and we're locked in on the pursuit of greatness. So, but they've been awesome. I remind myself all the time, you know, how much I love coaching this team and how much I love these guys.
And then looking ahead, you have Oregon next. What have you seen out of them in terms of what they've been able to do this season?
You know, to be honest with you, I mean, obviously Oregon's talented. Dana's a great coach. I have not really even seen a possession of them since the last time we played. So, you know, the bus ride home will be a time to start firing up the Oregon tape and figuring out what that looks like for Saturday.
The seniors, you have 3 of those guys technically have the COVID year. Do you think they're all definitely going, or do you know?
I mean, I don't know. I mean, listen, we haven't even had those conversations. We're so focused on now that we're not there, and that's their right at that time to explore it. And I'll be here to support them with whatever decision they want. But we have not had one conversation on, you know, what next year looks like for them. 100% we're focused on what it looks like for Arizona basketball right now.
Is there anything you read about the turnout of Arizona fans that showed up tonight and turning impact that they have in the game?
I mean, we always say, you know, some programs have fans, we have followers. You know, I mean, our fans are one of us, and you know, no matter where we go, they're going to be there. And you hear those U of A chants get fired up. You know, it's something special, and I'm proud to be the head coach at Arizona basketball. And there's not a day that goes by that I don't remind myself how fortunate I am.